Welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to study about important terms used in electrolysis. These topics are under ICSE Standard 10 syllabus from the chapter number 5. So let us start with electrolytes. What is the electrolyte? Then a chemical compound which conducts electricity in fused. Fused means a moist paste-like state or in aqueous state. Aqueous state means a solution of that substance in a water. So that is aqueous state. And undergo chemical decomposition. This is important. Once they are in an aqueous state, they should undergo decomposition, that is chemical decomposition. That means a compound will give us positive ion and negative ion. They will decompose into ions, and that too in positive and negative. Due to flow of current through it. When the current will pass through an electrolytic cell, the compound will decompose. There is no need to cram this or mug up this. If you will understand this, that what electrolyte will do or what is the role of electrolyte in the electrolytic cell, you can write in your own words and with your own understanding. Now what all particles will remain present in electrolyte? That ions will be present or molecules and ions, and throughout this process the ions will be present in the electrolyte. Now what all are the example of good electrolyte? That hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride, potassium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide. Basically acids, alkalis. What is the meaning of alkali? The base which are soluble in the water, those known as alkali. So acid, alkalis and ionic salts are a good example, and they are working as a good electrolyte. Now if we are talking about electrolyte, then what is a non-electrolyte? So the same definition we have to write here, do not, and here also do not. That chemical compound which do not conduct electricity in fused or aqueous state and do not undergo chemical decomposition. Those kind of substance are known as electrolytes. And in this, the particles will be molecules only, because they cannot and they are not going under chemical decomposition. So they are not giving us ions. So that's why as a particles, if you will see, then it consists only molecules. Then what are the example of non-electrolyte? A pure distilled water, alcohol, kerosene, sugar solution, sucrose, glucose, all this compound cannot decompose and they cannot give us ions. So as a result they cannot pass electricity. So those kind of compounds are known as non-electrolytes. Now under electrolyte there are two types of electrolyte. One is strong electrolyte and the other is weak electrolyte. So here let us see what is strong and what is weak electrolyte. What is strong electrolyte? They allow large amount of electricity to flow through them, and hence they are good conductors of electricity. And what all are the weak electrolytes? They allow small amount of electricity to flow through them, and hence they are poor conductors of electricity. Now why this difference is there in them? Why the strong electrolyte are passing large amount of electricity and they are passing small amount of electricity? Because of their dissociation. Here the complete dissociation of the ions are possible and is happening whenever the strong electrolyte will be there. Completely dissociate in fused as well as in the aqueous solution. When you are adding a water to it, either you are making a paste or you are making an aqueous solution, all the molecules will completely dissociate. That means what all molecules are there, they all will become carrier of electricity. They all will decompose into, dissociate into ions. So we will get maximum count of ions, and those many ions we can utilize in passage of electricity. That's why they are allowing large amount of electricity to pass through them. Whereas here the compound will partially dissociate. That means once the dissociation will completely over, after that also some molecules are remain in molecule state. They will not dissociate and give us ion. That means from whole lot of substance we are getting less number of ions. Because of that less number of ions, they allow small amount of electricity to pass through them. That is the main reason why they are weak electrolyte. Here the partial dissociation will be there, and here complete dissociation will be there. And what all are the particles will be there? Here only ions we will see as a particles, whereas here ions also will be there and unionized molecules will be there, because it is partially dissociation. Now what all are the example? All strong acid and base will be an example of strong electrolyte. All the strong acids and all the strong base are behaving as strong electrolyte, and they are completely dissociating once we are putting in aqueous phase or in a fused state. Whereas here the acetic acid, formic acid, ammonium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide are the example of weak electrolyte. Now let us understand electrodes. In electrodes there are two types of electrode. One is anode, the other one is cathode. But the important point is electrode connected to a positive terminal of battery is known as anode, because this terminal of battery which is positive will give a positive character to anode. Whereas here the electrode connected to negative terminal of battery is known as cathode, because this negative terminal give negative character to this electrode, and that's why it is known as negative electrode, cathode. Now acquires positive charge during electrolysis. Once the electrolysis will start, during that it will acquire positive charge, and because of its positive charge the negative ion will move towards and attracted towards anode. Whereas here it will acquire negative charge during the electrolysis, and because of its negative charge the positive charge particle will migrate towards it. Now here when negative charge particle will move towards anode, what will happen? If Cl minus is there, here we have taken example of electrolyte NaCl. So from this Cl minus, in this the dissociation will be Na plus and Cl minus. So Cl minus will move towards anode and Na plus will move towards cathode. So this Cl minus will lose one electron and will become Cl atom, chlorine atom, a neutral atom. Since it is losing electron, this process is oxidation, and this electrode is known as oxidizing electrode. Whereas here exactly opposite process will happen, that Na plus sodium cation will take one electron back and will become sodium atom, a neutral sodium atom. Since it is accepting electron, this electrode is known as reducing electrode. Here reduction will happen and here oxidation will happen. Simultaneously both will perform a redox reaction in a cell. So this electrolytic cell will perform redox reaction with the help of anode and with the help of cathode. Now let us learn about ions. In ions there are two types of ions, cation and anion. Now what are the ions? Atoms which carry positive and negative charge. They are called ions. Now it is depending upon the charge they carry, we are segregating them into cation and anion. If they are carrying positive ions, we will tell them cation, and if they are carrying negative ion, we will call them anion. When these ions are in an aqueous state, then they will be free, and this freeness will be utilizing in electrolytic cell to pass the electricity, and they will become a carrier of electricity. Now let us see cation. They are positively charged ion. They will migrate to cathode. Cathode is a negative terminal of electrolytic cell. So positively charged ion will migrate to cathode. So cation will migrate towards cathode. What they will do after go to cathode? They will accept electrons and become neutral atom. Now it is depending upon the ions that how many electrons they have lost to become ion. That many electrons they will again gained and become neutral atom. So at cathode they will accept electron and they will become neutral atom. So that means they are reduced to atom. When any atom or any ion will take electron, then it is a reduction. And if they are losing electron, that means it is oxidation. So here they are gaining electron, they are accepting electron, so that means they are reduced to atom. Here anion, they are negatively charged ion, they will migrate to anode, that is positive terminal of electrolytic cell. So since they are negatively charged ion, they will migrate to anode, they will donate electron and become neutral atom. So that means when they are losing electron, they are donating electron, oxidation is happening and they are oxidized to atoms. They will become neutral atom via oxidation. So this is a difference between cation and anion. And so this is all about this topic. If you have still any doubt, you can post it in a comment or you can directly write me at my email address. Don't forget to subscribe, learn yourself. I'll see you in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing.